Hey people, it's Niall Stokey. Now you might have heard this story before, but we're covering it here now. So this is BBC News. Coronavirus confronts racism row over doctors' Africa testing comments. Two French doctors have been accused of racism after a TV debate in which one suggested trials in France to see if a tuberculosis vaccine would prove effective against coronavirus. During the debate on TV channel LCI, Camille Locht, head of research at the INSERM Health Research Group, was talking about a trial in Europe and Australia. Jean-Paul Mira, head of intensive care at Cochin Hospital in Paris, then says, if I can be provocative, shouldn't we be doing this study in Africa, where there are no masks, no treatment, no resuscitation? A bit like as it is done elsewhere for some studies on AIDS. And I want to remind everybody that they deliberately spread AIDS in South Africa. I've covered this on my channel, and if you follow me, you know I've talked about this. In prostitutes, we try things because we know that they are highly exposed and they do not protect themselves. Dr. Mira had earlier questioned whether the study would work as planned on healthcare workers in Europe and Australia because they had access to personal protective equipment to prevent them catching the virus. You're right, Dr. Locht responded. We're in the process of thinking about a study in parallel in Africa, he said, referencing the existing trials in countries and other continents. The comments received an angry response on social media, including from former footballers Didier Drogba and Samuel Eto'o. Do not take... here's a tweet. It is totally inconceivable we keep cautioning on this. Africa isn't a testing lab. I would like to vividly denounce these demeaning, false, and most of all deeply racist words. Help us save Africa with the current ongoing COVID-19 and flatten the curve. Eto'o called the doctors murderers. But INSERM said in a statement the video was subject of erroneous interpretations. Basically, I'm white and I said so. This reminds me of that journalist who, after Kobe Bryant died, they said the N-word, and she said, no, no, no. I said, nakers. Basically, look, I don't care what you heard. You need to believe me, because I said so. Let's keep going. Clinical trials to test the efficacy of the BCG vaccine against COVID-19 are about to be launched in European countries and in Australia, it said. If there is indeed a reflection around the deployment in Africa, it would be done in parallel with these. Africa must not be forgotten or excluded from research because the pandemic is global. On Friday, Dr. Mira apologized for his comments, saying in a statement released by his employer, I want to present all my apologies to those who were hurt, shocked, and felt insulted by the remarks that I clumsily expressed on LCI this week. Oh, I'm not upset. I like it when they are honest. It's easier to see what they're doing. BCG is a vaccination mostly given to babies in countries where tuberculosis is common. Some recent studies have suggested that countries where BCG is administered reported fewer deaths related to COVID-19. So far, Africa has been the continent least affected by the virus, but confirmed cases and deaths are increasing. They are hoping that they do. South Africa has the most confirmed cases, 1,462, but 5 confirmed deaths. There have been 7,064 confirmed cases across the continent and 290 confirmed deaths, although there are fears the true number could be much higher. Italy has the highest death toll in the world, over 14,000 deaths. Well, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. I'm going to leave this article in the description and in the pinned comments. You can read it. If you want to support this channel, leave my GoFundMe there as well. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave that link as well there as well. Peace.